like to share 10 practical tips that help me get organized, increase my efficiency and productivity. My daytime job, I work for one of those tech companies in Silicon Valley. It's not the easy breezy piece of cake job. It can be demanding at times. So I need to be very focused and when I'm at my job. And then on the side, we do pet sitting and boarding. As you can see, this is Cash here. He's very, very sweet. And he's staying boarding with us for 10 days, and his parents went to East Coast to visit the family. And then I'm a YouTuber, right? It takes time to film, to edit videos, to upload, to learn all these things around YouTube. And I also do some reselling for used items, sometimes from the household, from myself, and sometimes I go buy and resell. It's just it's a habit, makes me happy. It's like a treasure hunting. Yeah, so those are a few things I do. And of course, I leave a lot of time for relax, play, and cooking, clean around the house. I do most of it because my husband's job is way more demanding than mine. And also I leave friends for family, for friends. I'm always here for my friends, whoever need me. So right, let's begin. I think the first one is to write down everything. I have a good memory, but I don't trust myself that I will remember everything, and to just make it simple and write it down. And when I have it, visually, I can see it, I tend to get it down sooner and faster. For example, for dog boarding, I used to use the digital calendar, but I've moved away to this kind of traditional calendar because it's a lot easier. I can write down the dog names, the parents' name, what days they're coming, how long they're staying, and if they have allergies to anything. And for example, today is May 2nd, and we are booked all the way to August. So many different pets and many different parents, and there is no way I'm going to remember all this. Number 2 is have a to-do list. This is ancient knowledge, right? So I'm not going to say a lot about it. I like to have things visual in front of me, and I tend to do it more motivated to do it. Not mentioning that every time you cross out a item on your to-do list, it feels such like an accomplishment and a relief. Number 3 is the night before check, or the day before, check your calendar. So I do it for work. Do I have a presentation? Do I need to go to bed earlier? Do I need to wake up earlier? Do I need to send an email reminder to a colleague for something that I need from them that is due tomorrow? It sounds like it's helping them, but ultimately it's helping myself, right? Because if I need something, I would prefer to get it. And also for personal, for example, if I look at the calendar, we have a dog coming in tomorrow, I would send a text message to remind the owner and tell them to confirm the time again, and also tell them what are the items they need to bring. So helping them, but also helping myself. All right, number 4 is the night before check my meal planning. I know we just had dinner, but I would like to know what we are having for dinner the next day. If I need to take items out from the freezer, if I need to soak beans, quinoa, brown rice, or sometimes I brine meat because they tend to taste better if I brine in salt water, and things like that. It just helped me a lot to have a ritual to do those things and just make life stress-free, basically. Okay, number 5 is sleep. I know it's there for obvious reason, because sleep is everything, right? It helps with mental health, with physical health. It sharpens our minds and keep us focused, and keep us, keep us be more patient and be more mindful. And sleeping is really everything. Highly recommend. Personally, I sleep 8 to 9 hours every single day, but I think that depends on every single person. But I know most Americans are sleeping deprived, so fix your sleep, please. All right, number 6 is in the morning, self-care first. When I wake up in the morning, I make my latte, then I sit down and I listen to some music, or sometimes I do some stretch or meditation, and you can do some yoga. Do something that helps you to start your day, to stay focused, and to energize yourself or to relax a little bit. I think stretching meditation is very, very good, even 5 minutes, and it goes to a long way. So self-care, and keep that cell phone away, because once you start scrolling on the cell phone, there's like so many different apps you need to check, and there are so many distractions, and sometimes it could even ruin our mood and our mind to start the day on time. And then you see an email, they're like, oh, you want to find out more, you want to respond, and maybe that's not the priority for the morning, and the priority is to get started the day early and get the things done. And then once everything is done, then check the phone and relax and have some playtime. Okay, number 7 is don't procrastinate. I know we tend to, I think it's a human nature to delaying things that we don't want to do. We just keep delaying it, or do it tomorrow. Or maybe we might have items on our to-do list for a very long time and it's just staying there. I think the longer we delay it, the more difficult it becomes. So things that we can do it within 1 or 2 minutes, do it right away. And then things that are difficult, do it first. That's how it works for me. Things I don't want to do, I tend to get it done first, because then you feel good about it, and then when you feel good about it, you'll be more productive and move on to the easier things or things that you enjoy more. So yeah, don't do that. All right, number 8 is start a task and finish it before we move on to the next. Because when we come back, we have to reorganize. We have to find the thoughts again. And especially if it's something that is like mentally challenging, you'll probably have to start all over. So that's just a waste of time. Number 9 is always be on time. This is huge. So many people are having difficulty being on time, no matter what, if it's work or personal or with friends or with family. Being on time is basically saving you from stress. If you're driving somewhere, you leave 5 minutes early, you tend to not get a speeding ticket. And if you go somewhere, if I'm late for my Pilates class more than 5 minutes, I'm not allowed to go in because I'm interrupting with others. And what I really dislike is when people are late for yoga class, because at the beginning of the yoga class, you're meditating, and when people are coming in, they just smash their mat right next to you, it's making all this noise, and sometimes they even talk and say hi to the instructor and all that. It's very disrespectful. And being on time is also a self-respect. I like to be on time. For example, when I go to my dentist office, I am like 5 or 10 minutes early, and just make sure, if there's any paperwork I need to do, or if they can see me 5 minutes early, that's great. And if not, you know what, I can spend that 5 minutes just to relax. I can check my emails and check my messages, and this is the time to go to social media, because if there's no risk, I would stay on like Facebook or Instagram for half an hour, because I only have 5 minutes. That's the time I'm going to spend on social media. Right. Number 10 is leave time to relax, recharge, and have fun. So I like to start my day right away, even on the weekends. When I wake up at 9 o'clock, I go take a shower, wash my face, wash my hair, do whatever I need to do, and then I start my day. I go to my Pilates class, then I go to the market, and then whatever I need to do, I'll do it. And then usually at 11 or 12 o'clock, I'm done with all my chores and everything. And the rest of the day from like 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. is my playtime. I do whatever I want, and that's my motivation. I don't like to I don't want to do it. I'll go it later. And then 5 p.m. you still haven't done anything. And now you're like getting stressed and rushed and do this and do that. And then whole day you're not really relaxed or having fun, because in the back of your mind, you're thinking about all these things that you need to do, but you just don't want to do it. And instead, you just spend maybe the whole day watching TV or on your phone or doing things here and there, but not the things that on your to-do list that is priority for that day. So I hope this helps. I practice those 10 tips every single day, and that's how I can do do all I do. Maybe I'm not doing a lot, maybe I'm doing a little bit more than most people, I don't know, but that's how I can do all I do without having any stress. Basically having a good sleep and stress-free, and that's how we can live healthy life. I know I just heard a phrase said, we're not living longer, we're just surviving longer, because most people are all this chronic disease, a lot of those chronic diseases are caused by food, bad food, no food without nutrition, and also lack of sleep, and a lot of stress basically. So if we can eliminate all these things from our life, we can live longer but stay healthy, instead of living longer but suffering from all these chronic diseases. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I will see you next time. Bye.